Hello, good day everyone. This is my client Rato, and this is my video for self-introduction in Ed 403 Speech and Oral Communication for Teachers, Section F. On this slide, I'm going to discuss more on who am I as a person. Uh, Originally, I was born on the 8th of January, which makes me a Capricorn, and I came from the Negros Occidental Castellana, which is a home of Bailes de Luces and of the Mount Canaan. Additionally, um, I am passionate and dancing, and I'm super in love with exploring nature. That includes mountains and the likes. Okay, for this slide, I'm going to give more information about myself. Uh, Growing up, I realized that I really love to work with other people, and that's why I've been into a lot of organization. This organization includes College of Teacher Education Student Government, Vipa Dinamico La Familia Sociedad, Ang Samahan, League of Student Organization, and Cabinet Dance Company. I've been working with them also starting um, second year, and for the Ang Samahan, I've been working with them last year since it has been established last year. For the College of Teacher Education, I've been peace officer when I was on my second year, and then secretary when I became third year. For the Bipa Dynamica La Familia Sociedad, um, I was appointed as the Comelec chair for my second year, and then vice chair for the Culture and the Arts. And for the next year, I became the internal vice president, social media manager, graphic artist, and caption writer of the same organization. And currently, I am the president of the said organization. For the Aksamahan, I am one of the caption writers of the newly established organization. And for the LSO, I have been both social media manager for 2 consecutive years and awarded as one of the most outstanding officers of the League of Student Organization. And for the Cabinet Dance Company, I am part of the Contemporary Ensemble, which brought me for regional competition where we held as champion over different schools in Negros Oriental, Cebu, and Siquijor, and also Bohol. And we also competed national where we are ranked 7 out of 14 contenders all throughout the Philippines. I'm also a member of the Hogyawan Dance competitors of the College of Teacher Education where we are held champion and pack every category on that competition. So I realized that cooperating dancing has been a very big help to me as a student because it uplifts my passion and it also uplifts my self-esteem as well. Okay, for this slide, I'm going to answer the question, who am I as a teacher? Um, I also incorporated some of my answers here, the very reason why I took Bachelor of Physical Education. As if you're going to read everything, it just only showcases that I want to be an uplifting teacher. I want to be a teacher who tries to advise students, who tries to build confidence to the student, and who also promotes the physical education. Because we all know that physical education has been taken for granted by most students for mainly because it's lesser units and mainly because it is one of the easier subjects, which they tend to forget the very meaning of the subject because I do believe that physical education is very important in the daily lives of the student. For additional information why I chose BPED and who am I as a teacher in the future is I really want to champion students' desire to learn and to make use of desire to build curiosity. And that curiosity will be built to enhance creativity. Because as we all know, in Bloom's taxonomy and cognitive domain, creativity is the top or the most important part of cognitive domain, in which when we dealt with creativity, when we're dealing with creativity, we're also making a lot of realization because we're able to synthesize, we're able to analyze, we're able to understand and comprehend. That's why we are able to create something new and we can share something. And by sharing something to our colleagues, our friends, to our teacher, to our professors, and to even our classmates, we are able to connect with them. And through connecting, we are able to create relationships. And all throughout, it is very important for us to go on into our lives because we're not here in this world to just cooperate. We are here to create something and to leave something to our lives as well. For this slide, I'm going to discuss two of the CHED Memorandum Order number 80 series of 2017, which is a SEMO for the Bachelor of Physical Education. So number one is preserve and promote Filipino historical and cultural heritage. As a passionate dancer, and I've been loving Philippine culture all throughout my life, I really want to preserve and promote Filipino culture, especially on this year, on this age where the era that most of the students focuses more on their phones and not connecting with people. Yes, history and culture is very important for them to know. As physical educators, we are actually dealing with a lot of cultural heritage lessons that includes Philippine folk dances, traditional dances, and even um, discussing the history back way back. So understanding our history and understanding our culture, also believing in your identity, because we are not just known because we're Filipinos. We are known because of our identity, which is our culture and our history. Secondly, it is to effectively communicate orally and in writing using both English and Filipino. As a teacher, we really want to help our students be effectively communicate, both writing and speaking. Because when we try to speak, when we try to write, we're able to create connections to other people. Through connecting, we're able also to make um, important announcements to the people, and we are able to learn from them. And learning is cycle in which we are able to learn. They are able to learn from us. We're able to learn from them, and it should happen both ways. On this part, I'm going to answer the question, who am I as a communicator? So as a communicator, as an individual, we always believe that we have our own strengths and weaknesses. So I'm going to focus more on my strengths on this side. So number one is I am a dedicated and committed communicator. And I am eager to improve. Secondly is I am very empathetic and understanding. Thirdly, I am easy to talk to and get going. And lastly, I am a multilingual person. I can speak four languages, and that includes English, Filipino, Hiligaynon, and Bisaya. Additional things that I want to highlight as my strengths as a communicator is I am very active listener and eager to listen to the thoughts of others. I am creative and resourceful in making the listener understand, and I am proficient in both written and verbal communication. I do believe that it is considered as my strength because I really uplift students, or I really uplift other people as a communicator, because communication doesn't just happen one way, it happens two ways. When people understands what you're trying to say, then you are a efficient communicator. And I think that's one or the things that I want to share more of my strengths as a communicator. Okay, so as I have mentioned, other than I have my strengths, I also have my own weaknesses. So as an individual, I am overly cautious in expressing opinions, and that's really because I don't want to hurt someone's feeling when I'm being too prangka to them, and it's only showcases my empathy to them. So I'm very cautious in what I'm going to share, and what I'm going to express. I think it took me time to express myself and to say the things that I really want to say. Secondly, is I'm kind of overly formal in certain situation, most likely in announcements, because I've been trained to do my announcement in a specific format, and I really want to follow some things like that. And even in my meetings, even though um, the meeting should be, I can be in an informal situation or an informal setup, I'm very too formal in that way because I've been trained to do that as well. And lastly, I talk very fast, and most especially when I get nervous. Just like this one, I'm actually talking very fast, and that's one of my weakness because sometimes I was not able to pronounce and enunciate words clearly that my friends are or my colleagues are able to understand me. And for the last slide, I'm going to tell you my expectation for the subject. So I expect the subject to improve my communication skills. To achieve this, I am reminding myself to number one, actively participate. Secondly, is embrace challenges. Challenges is very important to our life as well because if we're not challenged, then we're not growing. And seek help when needed, because asking for help doesn't make you weak. Asking for help means that you are actually a lot to improve too. And lastly, have fun. I do believe that this subject will not just be too strict. However, this subject will be fun because communication should be fun and two-way process. And I think that's all for my video about introducing myself. And I hope that you were able to know me in these slides as well. Thank you.